I had an office on the 5th floor of a derelict wash basin on the east side of the bath, just down the hall from Port and Piffle, nose apothecaries by appointment only. Fans of the famous nose apothecaries of Huddersfield will need no further explanation. Non-fans of the famous nose apothecaries won't get explanations, as it would be too long, convoluted, and full of unfriendly multi-syllable words. And it is also another story, a bit like Aladdin. We sat down in the threadbare comfort of my protangular office and, after chewing over the good old days for a while, spat them out discreetly into a hanky and began to discuss J. Edgar Edgar's problem. "What's up, Doc?" I asked. He looked at me like a man in golf slacks about to say anorak pudding and said, "Anorak pudding." ... I replied. ... asked J. Edgar Edgar. "Sorry," I said. "I forgot you didn't speak Morse. Go on, who's anorak pudding?" It was a strange story he told me then, a story of dark days and unusually bright nights. Anorak pudding, he said, was a strange name that dated back from the old days. It was then a common name for people with that name. The most famous anorak pudding was the Archduke Anorak pudding, who was Prime Minister of Monkey Pip from 1515 to 1514. He was the world's first Prime Minister to go through time backwards. He started at the end and went through life de-aging gracefully, returning from old age to birth, and thence, as you usually do at the other end, to nothing. "So?" I asked, waking up. It's the de-aging thing that I'm talking about," J. Edgar Edgar snapped in impatience, although he fixed himself with a rubber solution glue almost immediately. "De-aging?" I asked. "Well, get on, explain it, buddy. We're not getting any younger." "Exactly my point," he finished. "Get on and finish then," I snapped, thinking it was about time I did. Unfortunately, J. Edgar Edgar had used up all the glue, so I had to stay in two pieces for a while until a passing cleaner popped in with some sellotape. "Right, I'll finish," Jay said, starting again. "De-aging is a rare genetic disorder that in simple terms means having to deal with the hoary spectre of youth as you get older. Or is it younger? The sufferer gets even younger and ends his days as a helpless baby. Some experts, like Sir Bart Chudhut, believe that de-aging is stupid. He wrote in his book, De-aging, a daft idea that all de-aging is stupid. Many experts believe that Sir Bart Chudhut is stupid. But de-aging is a real phenomenon anyway, and this spells trouble for both of us." "What does?" I asked. "Trouble," said Edgar, pointing to my half-played Scrabble set. "Great flying bazooky boffins," I exploded in irritation. Then wished I hadn't. The glue sellotape situation being what it was. "So what's the problem?" My mouth continued from where it had ended up, in the corner behind the yucca plant. J. Edgar Edgar looked serious, which is quite a thing to do when you're wearing golf slacks the size of a Chipperfield marquee. "I have a friend, an old friend, who's getting younger." "You mean—" "Yep," he said. "You mean—" I repeated for effect. "Yeah," he said. "You mean really—" I gurgled. "What do you mean?" I asked in despair. "De-aging," he replied. "He's suffering from de-aging. He has been for years now, ever since he was older. And it's getting really bad now." "Really bad?" I snarled in a private eye-ish way, trying to get back on top of the situation and the sofa again. He'd just passed that stage of his babyhood when he would normally get named, you see. When you get to your christening and you're de-aging, everybody forgets your name. It's terrible. No one can remember his name, not even him. Well, maybe he can, but he learned to speak last week, so he can't tell anybody." "Oh, this looks serious," I said. "What does?" he asked. These letters here, they're the ones that are left in the Scrabble bag." "Yeah, do go on. What do you want me to do?" "Gilbert," he said, taking my hand in his and then regretting it. You have the fearsome intellect of an alien. You have ways strange to this world. You must be able to use your amazing abilities to remember his name. Okay, I said. Great, he exclaimed. Sorry, I said. I've forgotten what you said. So it was that I spent my days in a state of terrible trance, plumbing the depths of my subconscious, straining at the very bounds of my sanity, insanity and cardigan. They were hard days, full of self-deprivation. My only source of nourishment was minestrone soup, taken nasally through straws. My careful study of all the books on the subject revealed the best way to stimulate the memory, apart from changing your name to Timothy Tipbutton, Master of Memory, and getting as good at it as he was to relax by scraping the paint off halibuts. Oh, could I find a painted halibut? Of course not. But it was whilst I was on my way to the fish shop to buy some to paint up for the purpose, and after that, the porpoise, that the name came to me in a blinding flash of inspiration, and I was forced to run around desperately telling everybody in case I forgot. That's when I bumped into you. Yeah, Scuttling Bottle Scoop. That was J. Edgar Edgar's friend's name, Scuttling Bottle Scoop. Okay? Satisfied now? Makes sense, doesn't it? And these halibuts, well, I'm painting them now in case I have to remember anything else in the next few weeks. Is that one dry? Come on, give it here. I'll hang it up. Ooh, look. Ooh, yeah. What colour shall I do this one? Don't answer, don't bother to answer. It was a rhetorical question. I'll do it salmon blue. See ya. Are you still here? Sorry, did you want me?